a vehicle pulls up at my friend's grandmother's house and two women walk out of the car. They walk towards my friend and asks him, "Hi, where is your grandmother?" My friend requests them to wait since the grandmother was taking a shower. After a couple of minutes, the grandmother was done with the shower and walked outside of the house. By the look on her face, she did not seem to recognize these two women. And these two women realized it, and before they could say anything, they handed over a brown envelope to my friend's grandmother. Here is what happened after that. Hey, I'm glad you've clicked in, and thank you so much for your continued support. As we usually say, there is no Kennlitoe YouTube channel without you. If you've not yet subscribed, now is the time to do so. Like, comment, share, and click that notification bell on. You won't miss a single video each time that I upload. A friend of mine told me this story. It's about him, his grandmother, and two women strangers. So one day my friend is back in his home in Ting'ang'a, Kiambu County in Kenya. My friend likes to call his home Tings. So my friend was in Tings, and with his grandmother, they had just finished the normal chores that you find around the house. And yeah, they had just come from the farm, and it was around midday. They were seated in their compound, deliberating on what to cook so that they have lunch, as they look on what they will do in the afternoon. And just as they were talking and deciding on what to prepare for lunch, they saw two women approaching. Two women approached from the farm. Yes, you know, back in Shags, it's very interesting how you may take one simple path and you think you will end up in another village, and chances are you end up in someone's compound. This is not unusual. It's very common. It has happened to many people. It happens more oftenly since the roads you may take may lead to another person's farm, which may lead you to the person's compound. So as these two women approached, the grandmother got curious since they were carrying some loads, and the two women just realized, yes, we are lost. We are not in the main road. We are just in someone else's compound. So they explained themselves. They were traders. They were buying pumpkins so that they may go and sell in Nairobi. After they had some few talks with the grandma realized that these women were really tired. She requested them that they should sit down and have a cup of tea before they go to Nairobi. These women tried to convince the grandmother. And you and me knows how grandmothers are. Grandmothers are very warm, very welcoming. And if they insist on you to take something, either to eat or to have a drink, you will end up having that tea, because they always know how to have their way in our hearts. The women knew better, and they knew this is a typical Kikuyu grandmother, and the only option they have is to sit down, hold their horses no matter how in a hurry they are, and wait for the grandma to prepare some tea for them to drink. They sat down. My friend helped them to have some seats, and within no time the grandmother had prepared the tea and came and served them. They were just having normal conversations. They finished their tea, they bade each other goodbye, and they went their way. You see, my friend did not see this as unusual. It's so common that in Shags people are so welcoming, and you can't just walk in someone's house or someone's compound and leave without even drinking a glass of water. So after what seemed to be exactly 2 years, as my friend says, one day at around midday, he saw a vehicle pulling up in his grandmother's compound. Yes, after the vehicle came to a stop, two women walked out and walked towards him. They asked him, "Hi, where is your grandmother?" My friend requests them to wait since his grandmother was taking a shower. After a couple of minutes, the grandmother had done with the shower and came outside the house. And by the look on her face, she did not seem to recognize these two women. And these two women realized that the grandmother is not recognizing their faces. So before anything, they handed the grandmother an envelope. The grandmother was hesitant, but she just stretched her hand and received the envelope and looked what is inside. They went ahead and said, "I know you don't recognize us, but you remember a few years back, there were two women who came from your farm to the compound. They were lost. They thought they were headed to the road, but they found themselves in your compound." The grandmother tried to remember. My friend, who overheard the conversation, jumped in and reminded the grandmother in a way that the grandmother realized. And he said, yes, I remember the two women who were buying pumpkins and they were headed to Nairobi. The women said, yes, we are the two women, and we have never forgotten your kindness, how you insisted on us having tea, despite us trespassing without knowing in your compound. The grandmother was like, no, but it's okay that you may get lost, but it's nature for me to just be kind to everyone. They told the grandmother, we have come to appreciate you for your kindness. We know this is not enough, but we just wanted you to know that what you did ignited something in us, a candle of kindness. The grandmother was in shock, and as she looked, she told my friend, they have come with 20,000 Kenya shillings. That is equivalent to $200 if I'm not wrong. My friend was in disbelief. Yes, the two women after 2 years came to thank the grandmother for just a cup of tea. Kindness. It seems like a simple act, but it is a language that even the deaf can hear, even the deaf can understand. So, as you go out there, how do you treat people that you don't know? How do you treat people that you know? Are you spreading kindness or are you not? And don't go out there being kind to people, expecting them to come with an envelope full of money. No, be kind to people because that's the basic human nature. Go around spreading the kindness vibe, and by that you are igniting a candle and a flame that will go on the next person, the next person, the next person, and by the end of the day, we will have ignited a candle of kindness that will go across the world. Be kind to people. You never know what that glass of water means. Maybe somebody has not had water in some days. Maybe somebody has not had food for some days, and that meal that you've opted to share in your workplace, meal that you've opted to share in your school, in your class, you never know what that person is going through. Remember, just be kind to people. You don't know what battles they are facing. That hug, you don't know how much it means, although now we can't do that because of the situation of COVID. You don't know what those warm words mean. Somebody may have lost their loved ones. They don't know how to say it. Somebody may be going through something that is very deep and very painful. But your words will remind them that the world is full of good things. Be kind to people, not because you expect anything in return, but because it's whom you are. So, as you go out there, remember to be kind. Until next Saturday, stay safe and stay blessed.